We go group racing at Happy Valley this Wednesday night, and it's previewed for you right here. Welcome to Racing to Win. It's January Cup with the 8 races coming in from Happy Valley, and it's all here on Racing to Win for you with our panel members today, Paul Lally and Nick Child. And Nick, not only is it Group 3 racing, we're back to Wednesday night.
We certainly are, yeah. It's nice to be back at its regular slot, actually. It's all been a little bit up and down of late, but that's what we expect with the festive period. But a good race coming up, the January Cup. Frankie Law, having won it 12 months ago, has a pretty strong hand.
He does indeed. And Money Catcher is back looking for 2 in a row. Paul, are there jackpots? And one of your favourites lines up in the Cup, Encountered.
Yeah, exactly. No, there's no jackpots, and unfortunately Encounted's drawn 12, but he's sat wide and won there before. Actually, one other thing, there's no first starters as well. No. We've seen all the horses.
They've all been running recently, that's why.
Yeah, I know. But in saying that, there's a host of first starters running on the weekend.
We'll have more on the January Cup for you very, very soon. Firstly, though, back to Shartin this morning. Lucky Swainess appeared in the first trial. Russian Emperor's on the comeback, and they weren't the only 2 big names over this 1,000-metre straight dash.
Stand by for a start. Lucky Swainess, barrier 2, they're off and racing now, and Huge Wave was just maybe half a stride slow from barrier number 1. Straight Aaron goes back in the early stages with Illuminous, and Kaying Victory was away fast with Rise Companions towards the grandstand rail. Right behind Kaying Victory is Lucky With You, and now passed by Lucky Swainess into 3rd placing. Huge Wave came next, followed by Russian Emperor, and then came Illuminous, and Straight Aaron is back at the end of the field. Just a leisurely tempo as they come inside the 600 metres. Grandstand rail, Rise Companions is the leader by a length and a half, if not 2 lengths, with the ears pricked, having a look around. Leads here over 2nd placing Kaying Victory. 3rd is Lucky Swainess, rather, followed by Lucky With You. And then came Huge Wave, followed in turn by Russian Emperor, Luminous, and back over on the far side is Straight Aaron. It is Rise Companion still in front here with just on 100 metres left to go. Lucky Swainess is starting to attack the line now for Matthew Poon. Loomed up, taking the lead. Big win. Lucky Swainess has beaten Rise Companions, Lucky With You, and Kaying Victory. They were followed by Straight Aaron, then came Luminous. They were followed by, behind those runners, Russian Emperor.
Yep, Matthew Poon deputising on Lucky Swainess this morning. Nicky seemed to do it well. The further they went, the better he looked.
Yeah, he looked very good, didn't he? And obviously he's certainly holding his form really well. Great to see Russian Emperor back at the trials also. Obviously he's got some overseas entries as well. So, yeah, good to see him back in action.
Yeah, and a good run also from Straight Aaron, wasn't it? He finished off that trial nice, and he went so well on International Day. So look forward to seeing him come out again.
He did nothing too much wrong with Lucky With You either. We had to wait till trial 9 because the last was on the all-weather heading to the Stewards Cup. Is not Golden 60, but the horse that ran second to him in the mile it's Voyage Bubble.
They swing for home below the 400 metres. Packing Bowl in front by 8. Outgate gives chase. 5 away, Autumn Delight. United Endeavours shoved along down on the inside. Davis 12, Eason, Galvanic, Voyage Bubble, and further out is City Thunder. It's Packing Bowl in front, though he's been eased right down here, though. Outgate has now gone past to him, and it is Outgate. Outgate's going on to win it from second. A lineup of 3. Davis 12 in the centre. Eason, United Endeavours, and Voyage Bubble closing off well out wider.
There he is, Paul. Voyage Bubble down the outside. All-weather trial this morning for him. He could have gone around on the turf, but elected to go on the all-weather.
Yeah, and he ran really well, didn't he, Voyage Bubble? So a really nice trial from him, and he's all set for the Stewards Cup.
It could be a big year for him, couldn't it? Voyage Bubble this year. I think he started off brightly enough, and there might be some real nice pots to win with him.
Absolutely. The Derby winner certainly gets his chance in the Stewards Cup, not having to face Golden 60 once again. We need to look at Wednesday night right now, and it's under the lights of Happy Valley with 8 races. And the B course is in use with the racing getting underway at 10 minutes past 7 o'clock. The 2 races we focus on: the Group 3, the January Cup at 9:45 local, and the Causeway Handicap, the Class 3, 1200 at 10 minutes to 11 o'clock. The feature looks this way with Encountered. He comes out of the race behind Golden 60 on mile day 2. Money Catcher won it last year. Sword Point has his second start at Happy Valley. He had no luck at his first go at the track at least. Telecom Fighters is a 7-time winner over the 1650. Tourbillon Diamond has the blinkers off and the visor going on. Nimble Nimbus has had 1 start replacing over the 1800. Happy Together's won 3 from his last 4. And then we go down to Rising from Ashes, La City Blanche and Berlin Tango, who's had 2 pretty ordinary trials since his last appearance. The speed here, Nick, comes from Telecom Fighters, but he's a risk over the 1800s.
He is most definitely a risk over this sort of trip, lasting out, that's for sure. But he does only really have the one way of going, that is to lead. Obviously, Money Catcher's a horse we know can race on the pace and make the running, so we expect him to be prominent. Nimble Nimbus is drawn wide. He might just have to use him up a little bit early. Andrea Etzani there from his wide draw. Champion Dragon, I think, will be close enough. Encountered another one who's got gate 12. That doesn't make it any easier for him, Paul.
No, the one thing that is positive, though, it's a long run to that first bend from the 1800 metres. So they've got the length of the straight and a little bit more just to get into their positions.
Going to look now, Paul, at previous winners, and Frankie Law has won 2 of the last 5 with Money Catcher and Simply Brilliant. Zabrowski a couple of years ago. There's some well-known Wednesday night names on that. Savvy 9 probably the best of them.
Yeah, Savvy 9 obviously did like it at Happy Valley, and he only won 1 or 2 races in the end, Savvy 9.
Yeah, it wasn't many.
It wasn't many, and this was obviously one of them, but was consistent. And Dr. Jeff, I remember him coming down the outside. He wasn't the biggest horse around Dr. Jeff, just this little chap, but he still managed to win.
Yeah, Frankie, of course, he's got a strong hand in this year's race, and obviously he's got a good record in it, so one he seemingly targets.
Speaking of Frankie, Nick was out at Chartin this morning to speak to the man himself. He's got a good hand in the race. It's Frankie Law.
Frankie Law, the biggest night in racing at Happy Valley, or second biggest night perhaps after the IJC coming up this Wednesday, is the January Cup, of course, the only group race run at the City Circuit. You've got 3 runners. Let's start with last year's winner, Money Catcher. Now, he's going for a repeat bid. How is he 12 months on?
He looks okay because he's on the horse. He's always better go in front or sit second, third, still okay.
He's running off 113, Frankie. He won this off 110 last year, so he's obviously at the right sort of place, perhaps, you think, under these conditions to nearly try and win it again?
Try, because as you say, last season he's carried, I think, maybe 127. This time he need to carry 134. A little bit big weight, but anyway, we still need to try, yeah.
Just having a quick look at this sort of the speed map, Frankie. There's Telecom Fighters in the race who likes to go forward. So how does that sort of compromise Money Catcher? Because we know he likes to lead.
I think he still can maybe follow second. Doesn't matter because at least he's in the forward. I think it's okay, yeah.
He's going to be joined by a couple of others. Sword Point is one of them. Now he's only had 1 go here at Happy Valley. What did you make of his run on International Day? Because I mean, it certainly wasn't the worst.
But international ways, he finished 6th, still good for me. I think around bit by 2 or 3 lengths, yeah, behind the winners. But anyway, he Happy Valley, he raced 1 time last season, but still not too bad. He finished 5th, yeah.
You've got Hugh Bowman back on board as well. He obviously knows the horse. He's won on the horse, so that's, I guess, a positive as well.
Yeah. I put him on Gallop Yard last Thursday. He happy, yeah.
He's drawn next to Money Catcher there, so obviously 2 of them well drawn. And Happy Together is your final run. Now he's probably the most interesting because he's improved quite a decent amount since he's joined you, and he's got a very light weight.
Yes. You know, some European horse maybe lead time. I'm lucky. I get this horse, and this time he get a lightweight. I think it's good for him because you know the pace should be fast. Yeah.
This will be his first go of the course and distance. Obviously, he was a nice winner at 16.50 last time. You think 1800 will suit him just as well?
I think so because last season he raced 1800 in Chartin. I think the jockeys know how to ride this horse. Yes.
Just with this horse, Frankie, I mean, he always showed plenty when he was with Richard Gibson, but I mean, he's now lining up in a Group 3. He's running off 91. You know, he's clearly a nice horse, isn't he? And continues to improve. Do you think there's still quite a bit to come from him?
Yeah. He looks every time he can improve, and then usually, if you can ride him a bit quiet, and he can have a quite strong finish. Yeah.
Without wanting to really pick between the 3, would he be the top pick of the 3? Do you think, or have they all got equal sort of chances?
I think usually, for me, Sword Point should be one is the best one because last time he just won in Group 1 and finished just 6, really close. Yeah.
Frankie Law there, Nick. So you got the gist of what Frankie's thoughts were on the race. What are yours on the Law runners?
Do you know, I think they've all got chances. I think the horse further down the way, it's Happy Together, obviously very much an improver. But interestingly, he makes the point about Sword Point. You can sort of give him a bit of a pass for his only Happy Valley run because he was 5th by Meaningful Star going back to May. But he was actually found to be lame. So, you know, in essence, he hasn't really had as much experience and exposure to this course.
No, exactly. So we'll see how he goes. But he's picked a tough race here. This one, I mean, Moneycatcher did win it last year, so we know he likes over the course and distance. But of the three, Happy Together is the one that I've got.
Moneycatcher won it off a rating of 110 last year. He runs off 113. Encountered, Paul. Here he is behind Golden 60 last time, so he gets to drop down to Group 3 company. Has to carry the 135. As you said, Barry at 12. We know he loves at Happy Valley. Can he overcome all of those factors?
I think he can. I think he was obviously the class horse in the race. That's why he's carrying the weight of 135. Look, he should be able to get some cover, and there's a big run to that first bend as well. As long as he doesn't have a tough run. We've seen him sit 5 wide at Happy Valley and win before, though.
We have, yeah, absolutely. Look, first go course to distance, but trip's not going to inconvenience him. He is obviously an 1800 metre winner at Sha Tin. So, yeah, look, he's got plenty of class about him, and he continues to improve.
Only missed the top 2 once from 6 starts at Happy Valley. Has encountered for Derek Long and Manfred Mann. Helene Feeling, Nick, is a very much up-and-coming galloper. He's in this replay with Torbjorn Diamond, 5th, rising from Ashes. Disappointing his last 2. He was a Aurora 2 back, but no real excuses this night.
No, I don't think there was, and I think a lot of the focus should be on the winner. He has had a trial since as well. He's trialled round 4th. Vincent Ho is going to take the ride for the first time. There might just be a pound or 2 over on him as well, but look, he's very progressive. His only go the course and distance was last time when winning, so we know he'll handle the course well, and he is a nice horse.
Yeah, very good horse, and obviously looking at the 4-year-old series as well. It's just a sticky draw. 9, I think 9's a little bit sticky with Vincent on for the first time.
All right, that is Helene Feeling. He has trialled okay too since his last start. Vincent, you mentioned, Paul, he has quite a decent book of rides throughout the night.
Yeah, Simply Maverick should have won last start, no question. So he looks like he can win this race. Joy Cumming, High Rise Soldier, both good chances. Turin Mascot, another one that's drawn a bit wide. Brave Stars running well, he's a good chance as well.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think there's some cracking rides there, actually.
That's a good report for Vincent and his rides. Paul, come to you to talk about Last Eddie Blanche because you've been with him right throughout the season. This is his track work. Are you with him in this race or no?
No, I haven't got him in this one. I just thought he just hasn't gone as well in his last couple of starts. I think they peaked him for International Day, and now it's just a little bit hard for him, so I haven't included him.
Yeah, he's probably just lacking a little something for mine as well, I think, as far as a class edge goes. But he's drawn well, and you've got Caris on, so there's always a possibility there.
He does carry a lightweight. Encountered for you, Paul?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Encountered because I think he can get a run, and if he does, he is the class horse. He has carried weight and won in the past. Helene Feeling from 9, I think, might just be a place back further than he would like to. Happy Together, and I thought Champion Dragon might be the forgotten horse in the race. He's got barrier number 2. He's going to get a perfect run just in behind, and we know he's very honest as well. 1796.
Yeah, going with one of Frankie's here, and it is Happy Together, who's lightly weighted, very much an improving horse. So going with him on top, I've got the 1-2 for the Law Stable, Sword Point. I could take plenty of positives out of having spoke to Frankie regarding this horse's chance. Helene Feeling goes in, he continues to improve nicely and Encountered up at the top, wide draw, but as Paul touched upon, long run to that first turn. Hopefully he gets in a good spot, and he does enjoy it around here. 9-3-7-1.
And that is the preview for the Group 3 January Cup at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. A break here on Racing to Win. Back to look at the last right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win. The first break has been. We know what happens out of the first break. We hold our breath, Paul, because it's last run reminder time, and you've got a special one for us this week.
Well, it's going to be short, but just to remind punters of how good this run was of Simply Maverick. And look, he got really well back in this race. You can see him jump. He jumped okay, but he was sort of restrained towards the back. This was over the 1650 here at Happy Valley. Then he went forward. He was sort of wide the whole way. And the first 850, they ran 2 seconds slower than standard. And he was sort of got back then. He sort of got shuffled back. You can see him now about 4th last, and he comes down the outside and finishes off the race really strongly. Now, To Infinity is going to be a rival that did win this race, but just the way he finished off strongly here, I think Simply Maverick can easily turn the tables, and I do like Red Hair King, who finished in the inside there. I think he can win as well. So good win. Last run reminder, race 2, number 2, Simply Maverick.
Two Little Ducks, quack, quack, race 2, number 2, Simply Maverick. As easy as that for the last run reminder. Speaking of last, race number 8 is over the 1,200 metres and it is a Class 3. We've got Grateful Heart, who's a 3-time course and distance winner. Atomic Forces on a 6-day backup. Brave Stars racing so consistently. Co-partner Ambition, last start winner, carries an extra £7. Never Too Soon has won his last 2 course and distance when he's been at Happy Valley. America Spexo has the blinkers on for the first time. California Sybil 4 trials since his last start, and You're My Everything also has blinkers going on for the first occasion. Nick, and Healthy is flying at the moment.
He is indeed, yeah, he's going really well. So the fact that he's in such good form and has gone forward would suggest that they might press on with him. Celestial Colours, this is his first go around Happy Valley, but he's always been prominent in those 2 runs at Sha Tin, so you'd expect to see him from the get-go up there in the vanguard. Brave Star is another one who can possibly sit just behind them. Beauty Champ will follow. Co-partner Ambition, another horse, Paul, who's been in very good nick.
Yeah, I think every horse will get their opportunity. They sort of can find their positions here, and for the 2 that have drawn the widest, which are the top 2, Grateful Heart and Atomic Force, they'll just slot in the back there, I think.
An interview firstly, though. Nick spoke to the rider of Healthy. It is Alexi Bedell.
Alexi, a nice book of rides coming up for you on Wednesday night, January Cup night. One of them is Healthy, who you won on last time. It was the first time that you've ridden the horse, but you must have been impressed.
Yes, clearly it was a strong win. You know, a lot of ability. I think the horse is a young and progressive, and he's got some ability for sure.
And I guess that's been a notable trait with Pierre's horses. They just seem to continue to step up. And I guess as a jockey, you know, when you're booked for one of them that's in form, you can be pretty confident that they might well continue that form. Yeah,
that's true. The stable's going very well at the moment, so I can only hope that it's carry on this way, you know. But the horse, he's got quality, so last time was a good run, as you said, and I'm hoping he can carry on.
They put him up £7. You've got gate 7. How do you see sort of things panning out from there, sort of middle of the line, so to speak?
Well, last time he seemed pretty easy to ride. I mean, straightforward. He jumped clean. He showed good speed. He was comfortable with a bit of cover, but I know he can go forward if I have to as well. So, I mean, it's just a matter of putting the horse in the right spot wherever he's comfortable. There is a bit of pace in the race, so it shouldn't be too complicated.
He's won 3 from 4 this season. You've ridden winners. I had a look at the last 3 Happy Valley meetings, so it's been a good, happy hunting ground for you so far, the city circuit.
Yeah, I like Happy Valley. It's always a good circuit. Many surprises sometimes, but it's a racetrack which I'm comfortable with. So hopefully I can keep the ball rolling.
It could well do. The big race coming up, of course, the only group race Happy Valley is the January Cup. Must ask you about your ride and that Happy Together. I mean, he's improving no end. Lightweight, up in trip. You must be confident going into the big one on Wednesday. Yeah,
correct. He's a quality horse, and I thought he had a good preparation regarding to this race. Hopefully he'll stay the trip. I think it's 18 for the second time, but he's a horse that probably he's been comfortable over the mile, so I just have to make sure he stays the distance, I would say.
Alexi Bedell looking to get healthy. Another win in Class 3, Paul. He's going to have to beat a few other horses, including America Spexo, Co-partner Ambition and Brave Star. Can these 3 figure again?
Yeah, I thought both Co-partner and Ambition and also Brave Star can finish in the top 3 here. Nice run from both these 2, Co-partner Ambition, really nice turn of foot. And Brave Star, look, the winner there, but he stayed on nicely. America Spexo, I'm just worried about him here in Class 3. I know he's been placed a couple of times, but he still isn't one.
Yeah, he does find it tougher, and obviously with the weight turnaround, Brave Star is better off with Co-partner Ambition. I don't think there's much between them, on that evidence especially.
We go back 2 starts ago here, Nick, for Never Too Soon, and this was his most recent appearance at Happy Valley. He did fail over the 1400 at Sha Tin. Brave Star runs 3rd. He's been so consistent all season, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. Look, and he deserves to win one. He's been nutted a few times on the line and beaten a short head and a head. Never Too Soon. Look, as you say, he has obviously gone back to Sha Tin and Veld. I just wonder, has he done his winning for this campaign? He's won 2 from 3, and with that he's crept up to a mark of 73, which makes it tougher.
Yeah, and it was a bit of a bunch finish in that race as well. But look, I tend to agree what Nick says, but coming back from Sha Tin is probably a positive.
Newcomer to Happy Valley, Paul, is a horse that you have been tracking along with in a short career here in Hong Kong. It's Celestial Colours, whose first 2 starts have been over the 1200 at Sha Tin, for a 5th and a 4th behind Galaxy Patch and Mugen. Wide draw, but has trialled well around the valley.
Yeah, he's won a trial at Happy Valley recently, this horse, so he looked like he handled it really well. He's come out of 2 really strong form races and run really well. So look, I expect a good run from him coming up on Wednesday night.
Yeah, look, he's an intriguing runner. Obviously, Jamie Richards, he's got a handy record with horses around Happy Valley. Of course, his first winner here in Hong Kong was at this track. The wide draw is a bit of a concern, but the handicap has dropped him a pound. That's going to help matters as well. Yeah, he's lightly raced here in Hong Kong still. It's
quite a good race, as you'd expect, at the back end of the program, Paul. And who are your top 4?
Yeah, going to go with the newcomer coming to the Happy Valley. Really liked his trial here, which he won. Co-partner Ambition and Brave Star coming out of that same race. And then Healthy just on a minor line. 5, 4, 3, 9.
Yeah, gone the 3 here, Brave Star. He's a horse who deserves to win a race this season. He's gone very close on a few occasions, or every occasion. So hopefully he can get his head in front this time in. Healthy, I should say. Plenty of respect for him. He's racing in very good form, and he's taken that step up into the next grade in his stride. So I think there might be a bit more to come with him. Co-partner Ambition's racing extremely well. Obviously, the run will come to an end at some point, but he's 3 from 5 this season, and he continues to hold his form really well now. He's gone up £6. An Excellent Peers, I thought, could be an interesting runner in this race. They've dropped him £2. He's actually £1 lower than his last win, and his run last time behind Healthy was probably not the worst, so he could be a chance at odds. 3, 9, 4, 7.
And that is the preview for race number 8. So we've seen the January Cup, we've seen race number 8 previewed in depth here on Racing To Win. You can see all of the races previewed on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video. There's a full list of last run reminders there also. So Simply Maverick is the show's last run reminder. What's your best bet, Paul?
Going to do one that's come out of that same race, actually. A horse called Red Hair King. He's drawn ideally in barrier number 1. Lyle Hewitson has ridden him in his last couple of starts when he's been placed both times. Coming out of some good form races. Yet to win here at Happy Valley, but you can see he's gone pretty close on occasions. 5 times over the course and distance for a couple of seconds and a third from barrier 1. He's just going to get the perfect run in behind. He does get beaten here by To Infinity and Simply Maverick, who will go round in the previous race. So we'll get a gauge there, but a really nice run from him. Long shot we're going to make is another Lyle Hewitson mount here in Splendid Living. This horse has just had a month in Chung Fa. He wasn't too far away on HKIR International Night when ridden by Tom Marquand. And he doesn't need to necessarily lead. I think he's going to get a perfect run. He steps up to 1800 metres for the first time out of a high chaparral mare. Looks ideal. And we'll do the play in race 6, 1, 7 and 9 QTP. Encountered Helene Feeling and Happy Together.
Best bet coming up for me on Wednesday night is in the last race, number 3, Brave Star. He's run some very brave races in defeat so far this season. This is the latest of them here. Look, he's a very talented horse in his day, and I think he gets every chance in a race like this. And well, he's comfortably in command inside the furlong, being run down by one too good in the shape of co-partner Ambition late in the piece. He's better off at the weights with that rival. I think he can turn the tables this time in. And the long shot, race 4, number 12, Harmony and Home. It's been a long time since he's won a race, March of 2021, and he's now £22 lower than that last win. But maybe if he can find his best, he's a player at a price. And the play, a simple one here, race 3, number 4, straight win, Red Hair King.
He's not going to be any value, but he should be winning race 2, number 2, Simply Maverick. Could be a big night coming up for Vincent Ho. He rides him for Ricky Yu. Just nothing went right last time. He was checked on the first turn and then he raced wide. And much further, he still would have been able to win the race. Awesome Fluke comes to Happy Valley for the first time. He's run a 3rd and a 4th down in this grade. Alfie Chan did run him into 3rd on debut. From barrier number 10, expect he's going to go back as opposed to being ridden forward as we saw from him last time. And the play, race 2 Simply Maverick to beat Owner's Praise in a forecast race number 2. So that has been Racing to Win for January Cup night at Happy Valley. The diary's appearing on screen right now. We've got a Saturday meeting coming up at Sha Tin with a 12:30 trackside live kick-off and then back to Happy Valley on Wednesday the 17th. But January Cup night, the focus before returning to Sha Tin, Nick.
It certainly is, yeah. One of my favourite group races of the whole calendar, actually, this one. And I think it's a really good renewal this year as well. Yeah,
it looks a really good meeting. And there's a good meeting coming up on Saturday as well. Galaxy Patch and Fighting Machine Peong might have a good afternoon.
He will indeed. He's a really nice horse, Galaxy Patch. But we'll see you for January Cup night at Happy Valley from 7:10.